Hey guys, it's Stephanie Grams with SewingWithSteam.LLC.com and also HowToStartAMemoryBearBusiness.com. So I thought I would just take a few minutes and just have a little conversation with you. Now, if your sewing business relies on custom orders, there will be times of what I consider a drought, but we're going to actually flip that and make it a positive. So we know that the bread and butter of a custom sewing business, whether it's memory bears or apparel, there may not be a calendar filled to your liking year round. And, sometimes there will be, sometimes there will not be. And if you are in a time of, let's find a positive twist on this word. If you're at a time of calm, right, take advantage of that because everybody needs a break in their business. But there's some things that you could do to be productive during those moments of no orders. For instance, you could go ahead and go through all the supplies that you already have and organize those. Check the blades on your scissors and also the seam ripper and make sure that they're still in working order because they do dull out over use over time. And taking a moment to assess those will save you a headache in the long run. Eventually, you're going to be in the middle of a project and not have a pair of sharps or a seam ripper that's actually doing its job. And that's happened to me, so that's why I'm giving you this advice. Another thing that you could do is reassess what you've done in your business. If you've been in business for a longer period of time, maybe you can look over the orders and the conversations that you've had with your past customers, especially the ones that you really enjoyed working with. And remember how you met. Were you introduced? Did they just happen to find you maybe through advertising or word of mouth? If that's the case and you would like to find more customers like that, then try to reassess what you did and implement that again. If you're new to business and you're just getting orders trickling in, don't lose hope. There's plenty of customers out there, and it's just a matter of taking the time and meeting these individuals. Maybe you could create, take this time of calm and write out how many customers you want, put a $sign next to that, and then assess what you need to do in order to meet that goal. So for instance, if your goal is to make 20 memory bears a month, all right, is there any way that you can offer a package deal on your memory bears without cutting into any of your profit? So I typically sell memory bears 5 at a time, and I reduce the cost to $50 per bear. Now, if somebody orders just one bear, I charge a higher price. Now, that's still, when I reduce that fee down, it's not cutting into my profit, but it's still a reasonable price for customers. It also gives them the initiative to order 5 at a time because they know at least 5 individuals who would love to have a memory bear. You could also look around your community. Is there an opportunity for you to volunteer your time? Remember, you do so. That would showcase your skills in the community, that would eventually ignite an interest in your business. If you are more of an introvert, you can still do this. Believe it or not, I'm very much an introvert. And it took me looking at others in a different light. So I had to look past myself and get over my fears and anxiety about speaking, even talking to this camera right now, You have no idea how much I like fret over publishing this on my online, because once it's there, right? Everybody in the world can see it. So that's how I felt when I would walk out my own front doors and I was like, am I being judged? Are people gonna like me? Oh no, my light's going out. I'll just turn it off. Okay, so when you're mainly introverted, just remember you're going out to provide a service that somebody really does need. People do need you and they need your services. So think about that as you're preparing your yearly plan. I'm hoping that you have a yearly marketing plan and the action steps to implement that. If you need help with that, then let me know below in the comments and I'll see how I can help you with that. Some other things that you can do would be, so we already said assess the tools. Make sure everything is sharp and in working order. Check your tape measures and rulers. Check your ruler grids, like the one, wait, where am I at? Back there that I have. I like to check for nicks, cracks, any type of damage, because that's going to go on my to-buy list as I reassess my tools for my business. Double check your stuffing. Like this bag here, I know that I'm going to have to get some more because that's only going to stuff 3. It's already open, so now there's only enough polyfill for 3 more bears. So I know that's going to go on my list to purchase. Thread. Check your supply of thread. You can never have too much basic colors like white, black, beige, and clear. I go through so much clear thread, I typically can't even keep it in stock. Believe it or not, clear thread is very difficult for me to find in the area that I live in. So I may have to go online and order that. Again, that's going to be on my list. If my business was busy every single day, I would not have the time to really assess where my business was at and where it was going and what it's going to look like in a year from now, 6 months, 3 months from now. So purposely having an off day, whether you have to schedule it in or if it's slow in your business, take that time and reassess where you're at and where you want to go, what tools you're going to need to get to the next level in your business. So I'm going to kind of change the topic for a second. It still ties in with if business is slow or you have an off day. We're still in that mentality, that mindset that today is your day off or today is a slow day. What will you do to be productive? So that's what the topic of this video is. One thing to think about is the income coming in and how much work you have to do in order to get that. If you sit back and assess, I don't really want to say competitors. I don't think, even though a lot of us, there's thousands of us that offer Memory Bear sewing services, we're all different and unique in our own way. And there's always going to be plenty of business for all of us. The ones that currently offer the services and the ones looking into starting this business. But there has to be a time where you think about what happens if you can no longer offer that service. Where's that income coming in? So on your off day or your day off, which they're two different things, think about a way to bring in an income without you having to be at your sewing machine, okay? There are many, many options for that, and I'm not gonna get into that in this video, at least not in depth. Briefly, you can talk about, I recommend that you start a diary, okay? This might sound a little off, but if you write down, just randomly jot down what you've done, get a piece of paper, get a notebook, sewing diary, right? Date it, write what you did in your business. You, over time, are going to see kind of a habit of what you do in a day. And that's going to really open your eyes to how productive you truly are. And if you're really meaningful in what you're doing to grow your business. It's also going to open your eyes to what you would like to change. Less time at the sewing machine, right? But more money coming in, or consistent money coming in. It's going to help you reassess where you've been, where you're at, and where you want to go. This also plays in with your, I'm going to be corny here for a second. Here. Your 5-year plan. Okay. So I'm a big planner. I don't just make memory bears, right? I have a plan for several income streams in my sewing business. And this right there, the love and the passion I have for creating memories from that machine, and realizing that not everybody can use a sewing machine. Either they can't or they have no desire. That's where we come into play, and that plays a huge role in the life of many people. So I take that very seriously. So by providing that service, sitting behind that machine, right, on my busy days, productive days, I know I'm helping somebody and bridging a gap for them and their memories. But on my off days, by reassessing myself and where the passion lies and the skills and what my family needs for their goals, I'm still providing a service to these individuals, but I'm also providing the need that my family has. I hope you're following me with this. I'm trying to stay on one topic. It's easy to jump around, okay? But the idea of this video was to, one, either purposely plan for a day off in your sewing business, or two, take the day where you have no orders and reassess where you're at, where you've been, where you're at, where you're going. Start a sewing diary, okay? Date the page, write down just briefly, you don't have to write a letter, what you did, what you wanted to get done, and how you feel. If you start doing that, you'll assess where you've been, where you're at, where you're going. Look at your marketing plan. Are you where you want to be? Are you getting closer to where you want to be? Are you not moving towards that goal at all? Or maybe you've never written down a goal. You really, you're not bound by just sewing time. There's options to bring in additional income and still make a difference in the lives of others. And then last but not least, reassess your tools. Check your sharps and scissors. Check your seam ripper, your rulers, your tape measures. How much chalk do you have? What about the heat resistant pen or whatever, the marker, a washable marker? Is it drying out? Do you need to replace that? How much thread do you have? How many bobbins do you have? When was the last time that you dusted off your sewing machine and changed the needle? How many needles do you have left? Constantly keeping fresh tools in your sewing business is very important for you, for your sanity, and for the production of your time. And last but not least, if you use polyfill, how much do you have? Do you need a backup? I know, like I said, that I know looking at that, I have 3 full memory bears worth of stuffing in that. And I typically sell 5 bears at a time. So I need to go and buy another bag. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop in the middle of my project, go to the store, and get another bag. Now, hopefully you're lucky enough to have a store that carries the 25-pound box, and then you won't have to go to the store every week to get that. But anyways, I hope this was helpful. I want you to hang in there. Keep building building the business of your dreams that you've hoped to make. And until I learn how to edit, sorry for the shaking. Bye, guys.